You guys make it sound like a Monday, not a Wednesday. I have not been able to read to you guys for 2 weeks, and I definitely had time to compile some wonderful new additions for you. As always, I try to bring you something, a little something old, a little something new. So, the first poem that I would like to read, I am going to dedicate it to the lovely newlywed couple from option 22. I love you guys dearly. And this is called Carved in Time. If I could carve our names in the tree of eternity, for all passing generations to see, to remain as proof after our physical existence ends, of every age and phase of our walk together, it would say that the legend was true, that real love did exist, not flourishing with wizards and fairies, but came sprouting out of the concrete of reality, not with two of a kind, but the two that became one, and grew in the worst of times, instead of the happily ever after, the once upon a time. This would be magical words to unfurl the curse of baggage, a blessing to believers to know that this honored love they too could have. Write with me today, carve in eternal inspiration, that solidification of two souls can defy the gravity of this world. The second one was requested by Mr. Ed Trotta. Sometimes I need a little direction, so I'll ask my friends for advice on what I should perform. And his choice was Working You Out of Me. In the gym at 5 a.m., came to rise and shine as you lie dead, as you do every morning. I could not lay there anymore as I have before, wanting, needing something, anything between us. I came to push you away as sweat pours through my pores. I hope to forget I am as unhappy as I have ever been. My breathing becomes coordinated, in through the nose, out through the mouth, controlled, like when I cry without wanting you to hear. I push up on the bars, I push you away, out of my mind, out of my system, same resistance, more weight. The bar is as hard as compromise, only if small gradual units were all we had to move. Maybe if you spotted me, there would be no strain, instead of the pain of handling what I've been handed alone. Maybe if the treadmill accelerated at a faster pace, I could escape the inevitable end. It's only a matter of when, no longer if, we will cease to be. I walk out exhausted, either from exercise or the thought of you. It becomes clear I have more work to do before you're worked out.
Yeah, good girl.
The third one is something new, a very special, strange poem. It was strange to hear that Ralph also has a stalker, because I also have a problem. I don't know what it is about my personality that says, come follow me and drive by my house on hourly rate. Is that one of my stalkers?
Oh, wow.
But this is a poem, you know, I wrote to the many people who tend to follow me from time to time. It's called To My Stalkers. Hey, you in the bushes. On any other day, I would try to ignore the gaze you tried to exchange, following me with feet and eyes, making orbit in my atmosphere, inciting fear at the depth of ignorance of your intentions and the ease at which you disregard each social line, each time going further and further until there are no walls, just your will. Even in your eeriness, I am comfort by your unsolicited affection. Your presence is a reminder that even with weight gain and years of stress strain, I can likely incite passion from an unsuspected passerby. Maybe you're not as insane as you seem. In the meantime, my being aches for affection without a lover attached. The type of attentive affection that can only be inflected by an unknown suspect. Maybe actions can be taken as misinterpreted for mixed signals, wanting your attention, but leaving the responsibility of reciprocating action. I watch you watching me, and my eternal devotee, please know that I see you. The next one is dedicated to my nephew right here. It was written about him, and I'm dedicating it to him. It's called Trouble. They call me Trouble. I can't stop getting suspended. When kids tease me or make fun of my mom, what else can I do? I have to prove I'm a man. My mom calls me intelligent, too smart for my own good. Wish I would put it to work instead of working her will into whatever I happen to want today. My teachers think I'm pitiful, at risk, on edge. Such a shame. Blame my parents for problems in class. Fake sympathy, knowing that if I was on the street, they wouldn't feed me. Therefore, society says I'm hopeless, destined to manifest into a menace, to think macho is manhood, and to leave a trail of broken families behind me, just like mine. History calls me Phoenix, 'cause I can rise from ashes. Won't be the first or the last to overcome expectation and to end as conqueror. I saved the best for last. It's a very special poem to me that I wrote the last little bit. Has anybody, well, I had this situation happen, and somebody tells me, tell me if you've had this happen. Have you ever had someone that you wanted in your life to be there and show up, and they were never there, they never performed the way you wanted to, and then they just happen to show up one day? I've had that happen this week. So me and my brother came up with a phrase for these kind of people. It's called incognito and extra useless. You show up 5 years later, and what do you expect? Mr. Incognito and extra useless, Mr. God's gift to women, I've already been blessed. Currently basking in the eternal covenant glow of my selfless soulmate. So do me a favor, don't wait for me. I'm not coming, not now or ever, so even in death I will always be exclusively his. Please stop plotting in the event of my divorce. Maybe then we'll date again. Funny, I don't remember us having a real relationship in the first place. Nobody took your place. It was abandoned by ego, exaggerated by a complacent attitude, feeding off my high school girl, way past sprung feelings, but that girl died. I miss Irvin. So trust me when I say you don't know me. Not delusional enough to believe that you wouldn't leave when the same stress disorder that leaves veterans shell-shocked rocked my world, or when homeless rags were tagged as vagabond couture. I doubt if love would lure you to a frigid shack where you could see your breath. Well, you can save it, Mr. Incognito and extra useless.